Alright, so now we're back with some more crafting on Diablo 2 Eastern Sun. So we just crafted these super sick items, and we were wondering what was the other stat on this? Because is there 3 stats on it? And then we pulled up the website. So we re-recorded this, we just did a 22-second clip. But if you go to Google and search Diablo 2 crafting, and then scroll down, Ariat Summit, items, crafted items, this was the question we were asking. So we pulled up the website so we could answer it. Crafted items have 1, 2, 4 random magical prefixes, suffixes. On top of those fixed properties, a crafted item can have from 1 to 4 standard, rare, and magic prefixes and suffixes. Standard, rare, and magic? Standard, rare, and magic. Oh! Does that mean that the magic only prefixes can spawn on these? That would be absolutely amazing if you could craft something and then you get the magic only prefixes that cannot spawn on rare items. Something like this, weapon torso, gem sockets 6, which is normally gem sockets 3. If you get like 4 to 6, if you get like 4 to 6 sockets on a weapon or a torso, when you normally can't on a rare item, if you can get it on a crafted item, standard, rare, and magic prefixes, that makes crafted items even more absolutely insane. So these are generally pretty much the same way as a rare item, generated pretty much the same way as a rare item. So maybe it can't get the magical affixes. We didn't read far enough into it. We just jumped to conclusions, and then we started crafting standard, rare, and magical prefixes. Like, and magical, and then it said these are generated pretty much the same way as a rare, so rare only affixes. Or we could do more testing, right? If we craft like 100 items, then we could see what they spawn with when we have all these stats saved up. But the thing we're looking for here is at items level 1 through 30, there's a 40% chance of 1 affix, 20% chance of each of a 2, 3, or 4. At items level 31 to 50, there's a 60% chance of 2 affixes and 20% chance of getting 3 or 4. So you can't gain 1 affix at this item level anymore. That's actually pretty important if you want to keep the item level low, because what is it? Like each item level raises the level of it. Like, where's the level thing? So we're reading a little bit about crafting because we read this before at one point. So where is the character level? 78. This is to determine the item level. So we're not looking at that right now. I thought it showed you here. Maybe it was on a different website, but the way that crafting works is it gives you like because it's a crafted item, it'll start with plus 10 character levels, and then it could spawn up to 4 affixes, and for each affix it spawns with, it increases the character level requirement by 3, is it? Or is it 4? First and last, finally determine this 6. It doesn't say anything about the character level here. So that was on a different website. If you Google about it, you'll find out about it. We'll find out about it again. But here, if it's a level 51 to 60, there's an 80% chance of 3 affixes. So at these levels, it can only spawn with 3 or 4 affixes. So it's a small chance to spawn with 4. But if it's item level 71 plus, there's a 100% chance of having all 4 stats. So since these are higher item level, these always have 4 stats on them. So that's actually interesting to know. So when we're crafting, they'll always have 4 stats, so we will always be looking for 4 extra stats on these items. So that's perfect. And then the level requirement's only 63 because the sword. So we're wondering, you can cube these, right? Because this should show something. This should show something about the crafting. It should show the crafting level. So let's take these Amazons as a test in case something breaks. Alright, so you can tokenize crafted items. So now we could collect the tokenized crafted item tokens. So the plague finger token. required level 52. Required level 60, so the gloves require 60, so the affix levels can be below. That's right, because it's whatever the highest affix level requirement is, like the character level requirement, that's what it'll be added onto. It has nothing to do with the actual level of the item. So like if you got, let's go with like resistances or something, or damage. Let's go with damage. If you got this one, if you got like 151 to 200% enhanced damage on your weapon, and it requires your character to be level 40, then because it's crafted, it would be level 50 up to level 64. But that doesn't make any sense then. Oh, unless these stats are below that. So we'd have to figure that out. Well, yeah. Crafting character. There was something in the calculation. Level requirements. We'll do this quick. This will be the crafting trying to figure it out. We'll find it here quick. Say I have 3 characters, craft 1 is low. No, it's about the level. Oh, here we go. Regards the crafted items, the character level requirement for those is equal to the highest affix's character level requirement, right? So if it was 40, so we use this one. So if a rare item, if you rolled a rare item with this stat, and this was the highest character level requirement, the item would require level 40 to use. And then because it is a crafted item, it adds 10 levels to it. So just because it's a crafted item, now it requires level 50 to use this item. And then 3 times the amount of affixes. So plus 3 times the amount. So it'd be 3, 6, 9, or 12. So generally at our level, it would always be plus 12. So a rare item of this level would be what? 22, negative 22. So if these stats were on a rare item, it would require level 40, 30, 40, 52. These would require level 30 usually. So usually these would require level 30, but because it's a crafted item with 4 stats, it requires level 52. That would make sense. That would be a way to explain it easily. So we got all that done. So we got our crafted things. This is the crafted gloves we have. And, well, does it repair durability if it's in here? 18. Because why does the durability? Alright. Durability gets repaired. Perfect. Oh. You can't cube E3. Why did that? Oh, is there a repair durability on this thing? Replenishes 1 durability in 4 frames. That makes sense. That's why the gloves were doing that. So, this thing, now we could look at the items, right? We looked at all these things. We looked at what this means. We looked at what the character levels requirements are. We looked at the stats. We've seen the crafted items, what they do. So it's always going to have 4 stats. It's this one. So it has 59 to mana, amplify damage, magic find, but it's missing a stat. It's missing a stat because if we go here, we already pulled it up. Well, we did have it pulled up. Yes. So on the items, you can get Delicious, 5 to 12% better magic find. So you'll always find that. So that'll always mess everything up. 5 to 12%, 13 to 20% magic finds are 2 100% useless stats. And then if you go here to the suffix, this can spawn with a 7 to 15% better magic find, which you can always find on items. So our theory is that it rolled with like the 5 to 12% magic find plus the 7 to 15% magic find, which would equal 24% magic find. Or it could have rolled with this one, right? It could have rolled with like 16 and then whatever this was, maybe that. But the main thing to come from this is that it could have rolled with 31 to 45% magic find and a different stat that we could have used. Or it could have rolled with this one. Yeah, it could have rolled with that, but instead it rolled with this stat right here, which took up what could have been any of these other, like that could have been plus 100 life, but it was that, and then this was that instead of plus 90 mana. So the low magic find things destroyed that ring. Although it is really good because it has the amplified damage charges. And then this ring, Barbarian Scales. So strength. So this one has this one's easy to look at. It has a +2 mana, so really low mana, right? +22, so that's on the really low end. We even had it pulled up. Oh, 20 to 30. Ring. Drake's ring, like 20 to 30. Rings always have mana, don't they? What happened? Crafted rings. They always have mana. 10 to 30 mana. Alright, so it's not mana. That's right, we said this one has mana because it's higher than 30, so it rolled with the 30 mana plus, well, 10 to 30 mana plus whatever extra mana it got. So that mana looks right. So this one comes with the regenerate mana 50%, fighter resist 22%, half freeze duration, which is not really helpful at all, right? We can get cannot be frozen, so half freeze duration should be replaced with something. And then lower resist. So that just brings this whole ring together, which makes this ring amazing. These were old rings. These ones are pretty boring now, right? Barbarian Skills, 4 to minimum, 1 to salvation, plus strength, plus mana, regenerate mana 12%, damage reduced by 7. Now we got Barbarian Skills, minimum damage, plus 1 to battle orders, plus 2 to vigor of the ancients, plus 2 to battle cry. 11 to strength, 59 to mana, magic find, and amplify damage. So the magic find right there could have been two separate stats. So it could have been 2 more stats that could have been on the ring. And this one, it's always like 3 barbarian skills, cast rate, minimum, open wound, strength, replenish life, 13 mana. It doesn't even have any barbarian skills on it, right? Barbarian rings can have between 0 to 3 skills on it. So it's a good thing. Does this not have any barbarian skills too? That's why they looked so boring. That's why these ones looked so boring, because there wasn't any barbarian skills on them. So they might as well have just been regular rings. This one, however, with like barbarian 2 to barbarian skills, minimum damage like it always does. Battle cry, so it did roll with a barbarian skill that we don't. Oh no, battle cry is the health one, isn't it? And then it had strength and the mana that it comes with, the mana, regenerate mana, fighter resist, and then lower resist. So now the amulets. So these are old rings. So we rolled 2 rings and then we got 2 amazing rings. And then the amulet. So here's the one that we were trying to replace. Like that amulet was really good. 2 to scales, maximum for. So where could we put this where we could read the things? We would need like a page or something. 6. There we go. 2 to combat skills, barbarian, 2 to barbarian skills, and a whole bunch of elemental damage. So that's like of the rainbow. 2 to molten boulder didn't do anything for us. 10 to strength, 15 to mana, all resistance. So the strength, mana, all resistance is always on it, right? Amulets, strength, mana, all resistance. Yeah, strength, mana, all resistance. So all this had was of the rainbow, max fire damage, gold, multi-bolter, maybe +1 to barbarian skills. Multi-bolter, gold, rainbow, +1 to barbarian. Oh, +2 to combat skills. Maybe +2 to combat skills. But that means that this didn't roll with any. This didn't roll with any barbarian skills on it. All right. So that was our first one. That one's pretty good. And then we rolled these 2. So we rolled 2 more amulets. Luck of the Ancients. Luck of the Ancients. So they both have Luck of the Ancients. This one's +1 to scales, 44 to life, 93 to mana. So the life and mana rolled really high. It always rolls with mana, 10 to 30 mana. So it got additional mana. So life mana, regenerate mana, and 60% gold, which is the most, right? The highest gold you can find is 60% of greed, amulet, circlet, boot, 41 to 60% extra gold. So this item is a maximum extra gold. So if we're looking for gold find, we have our maximum gold find amulet. And it has strength mana, regenerate mana, all resistance, which always spawns on amulets. All resistance is always on amulets, right? Amulets is strength, mana, all resistance. Strength, mana, all resistance. Alright, so that one's pretty good. Strength, mana. Just because strength or life and mana seems to always be good. So this one, I think we were having trouble finding this one too. Oh, unless it rolled the better chance to get magic find items twice, or unless it was the +1 to barbarian skills. Because we could see this one has the 8% mana stolen per hit. It has additional mana added. Is the all resistance up to 15? 20. So that's not it. Mana steal +2 mana, better chance of getting magic items. And then we're losing one, right? 8% mana, extra mana, better magic find. So it could have been a +1 to barbarian. Like it could have rolled +1 to barbarian as a base, and then it could have gotten +1 to barbarian as the second skill on it. Or it could have gotten the same thing, which was our theory of getting the fortuitous coupled with maybe of fortune of a lower level to make 58% to make it look like oh, because you can't get 58% magic find. 58% better chance of finding magic items. It only goes up to 45%. Oh, 45%, 65%. 65% is the highest magic find. 65%. So this is 7% off from the highest magic find you could possibly get. And in order to get that magic find, you have to roll these. So we were just talking about how they're 100% worthless, but that's only because we got the lowest level ones, right? We got the lowest better magic find ones. Although these ones we got the double highest magic find. It could have been this one, but that adds extra gold, I guess. I guess that would be better. So there we go. So there's the stat we were missing. It's 2 magic find stats combined together to become more powerful than the 45 that it could have been by itself. So actually considering that, looking at everything, then that's pretty much almost a top tier magic find amulet. And it's even coupled with mana leech on it. It's even coupled with additional mana. And that's it. That's the only thing, right? All it got was mana leech and additional mana. Mana leech and additional mana on that magic find. So which one's better? Right? Mana, let's generate mana. 60% gold, 60% magic find. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Because we're not searching for gold so much. We could bring this to a normal... we could add this to our magic find set. Add it to our magic find set. But are they better than our old one? Are they better than the old one? Not for doing damage. Not for doing damage. These do... well, I guess it's like barely even more damage, right? Like it would add the damage to both the weapons. Let's just check quick, right? We go CI, and then we go equip the damaging one. So whirlwind. 8.7k to 8.3. So it adds like 300 damage. Yeah, 300 damage. Adds some minimum damage too. I guess that's not too much, right? $500 damage. So it's just adding 500 damage. And then besides that, I guess it doesn't have any mana or health or anything. So this thing wouldn't be as good? No, it wouldn't be. So these ones are actually amazing then. They have a really high mana, really high health. So we'll go with the magic find one. Just because we don't have too much magic find in our set, I think. I think this is a low magic find set. 152% magic find, 35% gold. Gold, we could get gold in normal difficulty. magic find, we can't find hell difficulty rare items. Well, we can gamble them and reroll them. So we'll use this one then. +2 mana, barbarian, 8% mana stolen per hit. So I guess 8% mana stolen per hit might be better than regenerate mana and life. Alright, so we got the ultimate magic find amulet. I guess it does give 2 to barbarian skills as well. So we're all done with that thing. It took absolutely forever to go through the rings and the amulets and look at the stats and everything. Look on the website to see what is the crafting, what does it mean, what are all the things about it, how does it work. Because we already learned all this before. Now we're just relearning about it. What are these? Amazon rare amulets. These aren't really good anymore, right? Because at first look, you don't even know anything about the crafted items. You don't know anything about the items until you know these stats. So we have that. I think we're going to try to craft a different helmet, maybe. Because we could try to craft a different helmet. And maybe an armor. Damage reduced. Because it could roll with better modifiers. The armor could roll with one of these. Yeah, one of these damagers. It did roll with one of these. It did roll with one of these. It did roll with this one. It did roll with this one. Oh, okay. Because we haven't crafted these. We'll just craft like one helmet, one armor. We'll craft one helmet, one armor. Because we have 2 perfect amethysts. We'll just craft 2 armor pieces. So we were supposed to forge these things. We were supposed to add the sockets to them. We were supposed to do those and do all those things. But things come up, right? You have to learn about these things. You can't just go crafting all these items without knowing anything about crafting. Or else you'll be throwing away amazing items. Throwing away amazing items. So the only way that's possible is because of those 2 magic find stats. So we just need to get some jewels here quick. 11 to life. 54 poison damage. Sure. So we'll do those ones. We just need to go down here to buy a helmet. You? Nope. Other person. So the only thing we need is like maybe a helmet and armor. We're not sure. 77,000. Guess it's the only one he has. Guardian crown. That's the one we want. So we only have $2 million left. We only have $2 million left, so we're gonna have to figure out how to get gold somehow. So we need forging hammers. Yep. Forging hammer. Jewel. Guardian crown. Perfect amethyst. +1 to all skills. So it rolled with +1 to all skills again. It rolled with +1 to skills. +3 to close combat. Poison length reduced. Replenishes durability. Replenishes durability. Why? So this one's better then. Plus life, plus mana. Because I guess looking at everything, you don't realize how important the plus life and plus mana stats are compared to everything else. So I guess that's alright. We can't expect upgrades all the time. Yeah, because the plus life and plus mana is much better than the poison length reduced by 50%. Replenishes durability. Who needs those things? So got the +1 to skills, +3 to combat masteries maybe? +1 skills, +3 combat masteries, poison length reduced, replenish. Alright, this one got +1 skills, charge bolt, life mana. Yeah, that one's better. So, an armor piece. Let's go to Act 5. So we go with this armor, and we go with this one just because it's heavier, so it's better for Whirlwind maybe. This one's lighter. We'll go with the Sylvan Chain, I guess. I don't know, +1 to sorcerer skills. We'll just go with this one. So if we raise our movement speed, then we won't be able to do anything. So we buy 1 archaic armor, and then we just have to cube it. So again, once we actually collect all these stats, we're going to have to collect the stat tokens again. And then we'll see what stats are there, and then see what stats are we aiming for when we actually craft a whole bunch of these. When we craft a whole ton of them together. So like, let's looking for this. Let's craft the millions of them. So, language resist damage reduced by 10%. So this didn't get the extra damage reduced. Barbarian skills. So this one got replenish life +3, cold resist, lightning resist, magic damage reduced, and 30% enhanced defense. What? We'll still get this quick. We won't look at it too long. So 20 to 60 defense. Alright. So what do you get then? Replenish, cold resist, lightning resist, magic damage. That's 3, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. No, that's 4 of them. Okay. Replenish life, cold resist, lightning resist, magic damage reduced by 1. So all of these stats are terrible. Replenish life +3 could have been replenish life 25, like on one of the things. Did we get 25? I thought we did. Maybe the belt. Yes, replenish life +25 on the belt. So replenish life could have been better. We'll just look at that quick. Replenish life 5, 10, 15. Why is it 25? Does replenish life starts on the belt, doesn't it? Yeah. No. So why does this one have replenish life +25? Why does it have replenish life +25? Is there an affix that's replenish life? That would be weird. Affix and a suffix that replenishes life. No. Replenish life. 5, 10, 15. Oh, of replenishment. 75, 85. Oh, okay. See, that's what that means. Replenish life +25. It's always replenish life +25. Could be on the staff or the wand or the amulet, ring, or belt. So, actually, that belt then, right? We thought our replenish life +25. That's all right. Replenish life 25 is an okay stat. But now that we look at it, now that we looked at that, we see replenish 25 is actually one of the best stats in the game. Yeah, 'cause what was it before? It only went up to 15, right? And that's if you get the max roll, if you get them. So we're just learning so much things about all of our items here, right? It could yeah, these are available at all levels, so it literally could have been like replenish life +3 or 6 or 15 or anything in between 3 to 15. But that one's amazing thing. +25 heal stamina plus. So because of the affix level requirement different. That makes sense. I was wondering, why is there 2 of them? So amulet, ring, belt. Perfect. So I guess replenish life 25 is good. So that belt can't even be improved really. So this thing, it was just what that damage reduced. So all these stats are low. Our thing is better because it has plus life on it. So there we go. We did all of those. Do we do one more? Is there a reason to do armor or something? Because that one already got like that. But it could get something else on it maybe. It could get sockets on it. But that would only increase the socket number by 1, but maybe that would do something. We'll just try one more armor piece. So everything's pretty good. And then we have to make a set for the mercenary at some point, right? 150,000, 700,000. 154,000 sounds alright. So there we go. So we can't make super long episodes, right? We can't make them an hour long or 2 hours long or something. Just because the renderer crashes. Renderer crashes when it's over an hour. Sometimes it crashes, right? Sometimes it crashes. We put the jewel, put that in there. And then we just need one perfect amethyst. Act 1. Because this will be the final item we craft then, right? We crafted a whole bunch of copies of everything until we got some good ones, and then we never... No, I guess the helmet is really good. Helmet is really good. And then we're almost broke. We only have $1.6 million left. So now +1 to Barber. Yeah, see, so it could have rolled with Sorcerer Skills, Summon Spirit Wolf, Summon Dire Wolf. So +1 to Barbarian, +1 to Sorcerer. So now it looks like a unique item. If you even cube it, it'd probably look pretty cool as a token, right? It'd be like a +1 Barbarian, +1 Sorcerer, Summon Dire Wolf, Summon Spirit Wolf. Card's level 64. Poison length reduced, damage reduced. Requirements plus 10%. Oh! Requirements to plus 10%, so it got the 75% enhanced defense from the heavy prefix. So the armors failed, the helmet failed. I think it's on page 5, 6. So this one's not better. This one's not better. Right, it has a, let's see, has Sorcerer Skills, Summon the Wolves, Heavy, which increases defense, and then poison resistance. So those are the 4 stats on that one. Oh, the damage reduced did roll maximum 12. So this one did roll with some extra damage reduced then. So these ones are like 6 to 12 damage reduced, 10%, 12%. So this one did roll between 6 to 12%. And then it did get this. It did get one of these. It did get one of these ones at the bottom. So it did get the lowest one. It got the lowest one. Maybe it was like 6, 12 plus 6. Oh, because the most it could have been was like 12 plus 10, 22. If it was those ones, 18. Yes. So it could have been higher. Could have been a little bit higher. It could have been over 20%. But that's still actually really good then if we did get that one. Damage reduced, and then we could socket the items next time. So this helmet wasn't better than the other one. So we crafted those. We could just throw these in here for now. But considering we're already at 33 minutes again, we did another crafting episode. Now we could socket everything. Now we could forge everything to make these items even better. So there we go, there's even more Eastern Sun Diablo 2 crafting to make our character eventually able to take on hell cows.